Say hey and welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett, and alongside me today, another special guest of mine, one I'm excited to talk to, another Canadian friend of mine, and someone that I say actually, here's a true life story, I say that I'm good friends with, even though we don't talk very much, and he might not consider me a friend, but I still say he's my friend. It's my comedian friend here, Alex Pavone. Alex, how are you doing?
Good, man. You definitely are a friend. Come on, what are we talking about here? I'm
Fantastic.
not doing shows for people who aren't my friends. I'll tell you straight up right now.
There we go. Great. That makes me feel better. I do tell people that. I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm friends with some comedians. Not a big deal. Whatever. It's a good time. But we're going to kick right into this. We're going to break into the show like how we always do, Alex. You probably have never seen this, but the city of Baltimore, they've honored me. They've honored me. I'm doing a show every day for the rest of the baseball season. We're on to Say Hey Plays 26 here, but they've honored me, Pavone, and they make this video for us every week, and I appreciate it. So let's get right into Say Hey Plays 26. All right, beautiful. Say Hey Plays 26, and Alex, you're coming on a day that is pretty nice. You know, I'm coming off a hot day, and those that are following me on Twitter will know we've hit the century mark, Alex. We've hit the century mark. Are officially 178 on the year, plus 27 units. 8-1 yesterday. Not a big deal. We'll pat ourselves on the back here, gives ourselves a little hand jobs, whatnot. 8-1 last night. It was great. Up 7 units from last night. Only loss was an underlook in the Seattle-Miami game, but we cashed all the rest of our tickets. I don't have to get into great detail about it, but it's been fun. Alex, I'm excited to talk to you. Mainly because I enjoy talking to you and I think you're a funny human being. Not even because of your baseball skills. And at the end of the show, if the people are sticking around, I have a question for Alex that is specifically why I brought Alex on the show. And I think it'll tickle Alex right into his tummy. And it's going to be fun. I have not told Alex about it, and I'm not going to tell anything about it. I'm going to keep it hidden in mystery. So, Alex, are you ready to do this?
Now I am.
Okay, beautiful. There we go. So first game on the docket here is Zach Gallen and the Arizona Diamondbacks versus Pablo Lopez and the Miami Marlins here. A very great to excellent pitching matchup here. Both pitchers are dominating. My guy, Pablo Lopez, my countryman, my best friend. Actually, another great segment we have on this show, Pavi. Me and Pablo Lopez were pen pals last year. A lot of people are watching. Have been following this. Yeah, we were pen pals. Yeah, we talked on Instagram. Wow. We were good friends. Nice. It's the Venezuelanness. And, you know, I reached out to him this year, beginning of the year, thinking, you know, let's rekindle that friendship. And I have not gotten a response yet. But we have a recurring segment on the show. Every start, I message him and I send him a good luck message. And we say, did Pablo respond today? And I hate to break it to everyone, he has still not responded to me yet. Still nothing yet. Both of these pitchers are excellent, though. Pablo's 3-0 with a .39 ERA. Zach Gallen is a .6. Last time out for Pablo, 6 innings, 3 hits, 6 Ks, no earned runs, and a walk. Time before that, 7 innings against St. Louis, 3 hits, no earned runs, 9 Ks. And then to follow that up, or I should say to succeed that, 5 1/3, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks versus the Philadelphia Phillies, I should say again. Zach Gallen, more of the same from him. Dodgers last time, 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, and then back-to-back against the Mets, and he dominated them. A Mets team that you will know very well, Pavi, a Mets team that's probably lighting up the city over there a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a Subway Series vibes over there, so I hope that doesn't happen, and I'll shoot my eyes out before this playoffs and will not enjoy that. Pavi, I will say this. I had nothing on this game. I think it's a very tight game here. Numbers right now for the totals at 6.5. If you want a first 5 total, it's at 3. It's at 3, Pat. We had a discussion earlier about unders. Unders have been ruling the day in baseball, and the bookies are trying to adjust. And you do not see many first 5 under 3s in a normal season. I would lean that way, honestly, but I didn't have the balls to take it. I don't have anything on this game, and I would lean towards a Miami first 5 -0.5 at -105 for me. Might be taking that, but I don't think I am going to make it official. But nothing here for me then, Pav. What about you?
Yeah, I think I actually had Gallen last game when they beat the Dodgers. The Marlins are playing pretty well. They lost yesterday, right? I'm sorry that Pablo's not getting back to you. I think maybe he's just on a heater right now. He's 3-0, and he's just trying to stick to his routine. So maybe not messaging people who he hasn't been messaging in the past while the winning streak continues. But maybe once he gets an L, he's going to start sliding into your DMs. But I don't know. I would agree with you. I would have taken the Marlins. I think it opened at like 148. It's minus 165. I still think they're going to win, but Arizona doesn't have a great offense. But the way Gallen's been pitching, you never really know. And I don't feel comfortable laying 165 now. I would probably take that under 3 as well in the first 5. It is obviously such a low number, but the way these guys have been pitching, you're probably going to get both of them for the first 5, right? So if it's that low, there's a reason it's low. So I would probably take that. That being said, yesterday I was on the under for the first 5 and the game in that Mets-Phillies game, and that was a shootout. So the books are having an issue with the totals right now, and that's why you're seeing things at 6.5 and 3s. But I would have taken Miami if I woke up at 7 a.m. today and got him at 145 or whatever. But I would probably lean under 3 for the first 5 for sure. I'm not going to, but I like where your head's at on that one for sure.
I don't hate that as well. By the way, Fireside in the chat saying Miami using the L word, a lock.
Okay, a lock. Sure.
Lock. Miami to bat in the 9th, by the way, from Stella Girl. No, minus 110. Sure. Why not? By the way, shout out to everyone watching as well. We appreciate all you guys for joining us. Sam Colmer, Chief, Ronnie, Imbergia, Jedi for Life. Appreciate you guys. Fireside asking, is there any bias towards time zones? I don't. Not necessarily. No, I do not include that. That is not something I usually have to worry about. They are professionals, and I believe in them. Teflon Don, thank you for joining us. Joey Harb, Jonathan Yim, Dab Fan, a thank you, my guy. But why do we need a counter for every number on the show, Dab Fan? Because I'm fucking Cal Ripken Jr. on this program every single day until October or until September when I'm going to Boston. So how about it, Dab Fan? I need some motivation, and I'm trying to get to at least 178, which I think I did the math for the first time, and I was like, damn, how many shows am I actually going to be doing? 178-ish? Let's do it. Let's ride. By the way, Pavi, you're getting some love from the Leafs hat. I think the Leafs are good this year, right?
They are. They're playing tonight. They're playing Tampa in the first round. It's game 1. Yeah, and Tampa's won the last 2. The Leafs haven't been out of the first round since 2004, which is
the Bruins
embarrassing.
Beat the shit out of them. The Bruins beat the shit out of them every time. It's awesome. I get a good chuckle out of it every time.
You want me to log out right now? I'll leave right now. We're talking baseball, all right?
You're right.
This better not be your question at the end there, Jose.
No. It's not. Never. I'd never talk about Leafs on this program. I would be keeping the show interesting if you did flip the table. I would like to see that. I would like to see those arms.
I don't think I have the upper body strength anymore to flip
I knew it. I knew you did. Next game on the docket, Minnesota Twins versus the Baltimore Orioles here. A mini bum fight. I mean, I could say that the Orioles took 2 of 3 against the Red Sox this week, so that made me want to kill myself. But Chris Paddock on the mound versus Tyler Wells, and this Orioles pitching staff has looked pretty decent to start off the year. I've got nothing on this game. I think both of these pitchers are pitchers that I don't want to bet on personally. You guys know how I feel about Chris Bassett. Shout out to my friend that plays in the Astros who played with Chris Bassett. So I'm 1 degree of separation from Chris Bassett or Chris Paddock. I've been saying
Paddock. Bassett's on the Mets. He's starting.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. He is starting today too. And
even when you're wrong, your head's still in the right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But Paddock, as I'm trying to say here, is I'm 1 degree of separation from him, and I slander his good name all the time. So he might beat me up one day is what I'm trying to say here. Minnesota Twins are 9th against righties right now at 110 weighted runs created plus, and the Tyler Wells-led Baltimore Orioles are in 87 weighted runs created plus. Good for 20 seconds. So very meh from both these guys. I would lean off this game. Maybe an over because, like I said, I don't believe in Tyler Wells and Paddock. So nothing for me on this one here, Patty. This is a lot of passes for me, unfortunately, but I do have a play at the end of the card, and I might have another one that we might be adding here soon. So we'll see how it's going, but nothing for me on this one, Pavi. What about you?
Yeah, I don't like this game myself. I know Minnesota beat the brakes off of Tampa the last 2 days, right? Am
Yeah.
I Yeah, they beat them.
Yeah.
They beat them handily the last 2 days. And now they're going to Baltimore. And Baltimore, I like Baltimore. I think Baltimore's got a little juice going. They're probably going to finish last in the division or second last, but they seem to be a team that is done being a cellar dweller, and they want to, whether they are or aren't, they're gonna try and put in decent efforts. So I do like the fight in the team. I'm not too sure how I feel about Wells tonight going, but I know they have some decent bats. This line opened at, what are we looking at? I'm seeing minus 150. I don't know if that's true. I used to subscribe to Sports Insight, but they were screwing me on the second half NBA line. So I'm like, that's a lot of money. If you're not going to give me everything, I'm out. So I don't know
So you were in the
exactly.
Jimmy split, huh? You were a part of Jimmy's little split there, because that's
Oh
what
yeah,
he talked about.
Oh yeah. Me and Jimmy were going hard on the splits there, but I'm seeing minus 150 at open at, and I imagine all the money's going to be on the Twins, and now the line's dropping back down. So for me, that's a playoff. I'm not gonna take the Twins. If I would take the Twins in this one, I'd probably take them on the run line, just because you got that
Yeah,
insurance top of the ninth. But I'm not going to touch the game, because I could see Baltimore beating them. I'm with you. I don't really like Paddock too much. So if he's going to come and sack my boy Jose around, I got your back. He's going to have to take the two of us, because I
he's a
don't think
large human.
He'll kill us. He'll kill the both of us, and no doubt in my mind he will destroy us. But yeah, I wouldn't lay the minus 155 on the Twins on the road. Maybe they're coming in a little too arrogant, beating Tampa the way they did, and now they play Baltimore. But I think Baltimore's they're a scrappy squad, and I wouldn't lay the 155 on the road.
I'm trying to imagine us just. I'm trying to think, like, who has a thicker base out of the two of us. Who's on whose shoulder? Like, do we get, if we're on shoulder to shoulder, are we his height? Then there's a lot of things going through my mind with us fighting Paddocks there.
No, we're not going to stack ourselves on top of each other. We're going to have to go. We're going to have to do some like von Schlieffen plan, or we're going to have to go around. We're going to have to go around from the back and the front. Maybe a little. We might have to throw a little sand in his eye or something. We're going to have to fight dirty, Jose. It's not going to be fair.
I am a biter.
You're going to need those teeth, because we probably won't have many of them after we deal with Paddock.
Okay, good. Well, I hope that. Well, I'm glad that I don't have any money on this game, so we will not have to deal with that today, at least. Next game on the docket: the New York Yankees. Jordan Montgomery on the mound versus the Toronto Blue Jays here, and this is a game where I think you've got a little bit of insight here, Pappy. I think you got a bit of a feel on this one. Jordan Montgomery on the mound, 0-1, 2.7 ERA. Last 3 starts for Jordan versus the Baltimore Orioles. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs off a home run, 4 Ks, no walks. At Detroit, 6 innings, 3 hits, an earned run, 5 Ks, 2 walks. And then at Baltimore for the first time this season, 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks. The Yankees are finding their offensive stride, and its name is Anthony Rizzo. They're first in right-handed pitching at 123 weighted runs created plus. They've been dominating these bottom feeder teams, unfortunately. The Royals, they just smacked around a bit. They beat the Orioles up this week. And now they're going to the House of Pain in the division right now, the Toronto Blue Jays in the Rogers Center. Ross Stripling, a.k.a. Chicken Strips, on the mound on the other side. A pitcher that I wish it was literally anyone else on this staff, and I would be on the Blue Jays. I would be leveraging a lot of money on the Blue Jays, because I had this whole first part of the season, I was just betting against the Yankees. And whether it was profitable or not, it was just my addiction. And I have not bet on or against the Yankees in a couple of days now, which is good. I'm laying off like a rehabbing addict. But I don't think I'm going to get to the window on this one either. Stripling dominated the Red Sox, which is not hard nowadays. 5 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, 7 Ks, no walks. And he had a kind of a shaky start at the Astros. 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks, a walk. But he's been overall pretty good. So I mean, how can you bet this game? I would guess I'm leaning at the plus money home Blue Jays here, but ultimately nothing for me. And Teoscar Hernandez, obviously, I've said it, is a big part of this lineup. And until the Blue Jays get him back, I want to wait on betting overs on them too. So nothing on this game ultimately for me, Pavi. But I would love to hear your thoughts on both these squads.
Obviously, I'm from Toronto, so I'm a huge Jays fan, especially this year because they look like they're the real deal. Stripling has been filling in for Ryu, I believe, and he hasn't been, for what he's needed to do, he's been doing well. What they've asked of him. Like you said, he beat the Red Sox last game, but they're struggling. So this is a completely different beast. Yankees have won 9 straight. Let's take a step back though, because who they beat? Cleveland, the Kansas City, and the Tigers. Oh, the Orioles.
Yeah, the Tigers. It was the Tigers were in there too. Yeah,
they were in there.
It's been a streak in there.
It's been a hot streak, but you know how the New York media is. They win 9 in a row. They're going crazy. Oh, this is the greatest team. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread, of course, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the Mets are on the other side. They're in Queens ripping it up. No one gives a rat's petunia about them. But the Yankees, they beat 3 stinkers. They did sweep them. I mean, look, you got to beat who's in front of you. So, I'm not going to say too many horrific things about a despicable franchise, but regardless.
Yeah.
Not a big
no, you can keep saying them here. This is the trust tree here. This is the best place to do it. I mean, this is your best audience right here.
Trust. Look, they're hitting well. They're hitting right now. This Jays team, they do start slow. They really do start slow. I would maybe if I would take the Yankees in the first 5. But if you give me this Blue Jays team at home with plus money, I'm taking them because I'm biased. I think they could come alive at any time. The bats can come alive at any time. And then, we're not playing at a little league field in the Bronx with that short porch. What is it? 52 feet. Exactly. So, you're playing at the Rogers Center. So they're not going to have the luxury of they can smack a couple out of the yard for sure. But I think anytime you get the Jays with plus money, you got to take them. I personally, I think that. But the Yankees are obviously playing really well. I would probably lean. I would take the Yankees first 5 over anything, to be honest with you.
You know what, Pav? I try to make it a point. I try to bet something that my guest either gives me or something that I know my guests would enjoy. And I think they're on. You said 9-game winning streak here, but they're changing cities. That's one of the big
changing countries.
That even better. They're changing countries. What's the ROIs on a team on a 9-game winning streak that changes countries? Probably not great. So I think I'm going to take the Blue Jays full game money line here plus 100. I didn't expect to honestly take them. I didn't expect to bet on this game. And Pav, you're just fueling the addiction here. You're just giving me the crack, and I'm taking it right in the veins, and we're betting against the Yankees again. Blue Jays.
That's what I'd like to hear, buddy. That's what I like. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm on this podcast. To right in the veins, buddy. Let's go. Let's do it.
By the way, someone asked if Vladdy is in the lineup. Yeah, it's all the boppers in there. Springer, Bo, Vladdy, and Little Gurriel, top 4 there. DJ, Aaron Judge, Jordan, Anthony Rizzo, and Giancarlo Stanton, a.k.a. Mike Stanton, in the lineup as well. Yes, you guys can say as well that is a Red Sox bias bet too. I can fully, wholeheartedly agree with that one. Next game on the docket here, the Atlanta Braves, the defending world champion Atlanta Braves, I should say, versus the New York Metropolitans. Chris Bassett on the mound over here. And I mentioned his name earlier because I kind of want to take the Mets again. I've been betting the Mets frequently this year. I bet each of the 3 Philly Mets games correctly. I bet on them first 5 when they threw the no-hitter. I came back with the Phillies after, and then I bet run line last night, which made me feel like a smart boy. And I want to bet him here again, but Max Fried is the real deal. James Neal, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run off a home run, 4 Ks, no walks for Max against the Chicago Cubs. A good hitting Chicago's Cubs hitting squad. Chris Bassett has also been on fire as well. Another first 5 under look here for sure, maybe, but I don't think I can get to the window with this one. I want to take they're both, and I have minus 105, minus 115 on the screen. I'm looking on Bovada now. It's minus 110 both ways. So people betting on the Braves seemingly. So I think I'm off this game, and the first 5 total is 3.5 at minus 130. So obviously more pitching domination here is expected. So I'm off this game. I think it'll be interesting to watch. And maybe if the Braves go up early, I'd consider live betting the Mets, but nothing for me here, Pavi. So what do you got here in Queens?
This is stupid. I like the Braves. I like them. I like them tonight. I think a majority of the bets would be coming in on the Mets just because of the way they've been playing. They played Sunday night baseball, so they were in prime time last night, which everybody got a glimpse of them and saw them smash up the Phillies, and that gets the bias and the recency bias gets in people's heads, and now they're playing a Braves team who's not playing fantastic. Fried is the real deal, though. He's awesome. Who was pitching last night on Philly? What's his face? Why can't I ever say his name
Eflin?
right? Eflin. I always call him Elfin. Eflin. He's a lefty, and I'm sorry, he's a righty, and I feel like every left batter was hitting him last night, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they have that same success off of Fried. I think Fried is going to come into this game like prepared, because this is a big series for the Braves. This is game one. They haven't been playing great. The Mets have, and they obviously are the World Series champs, and I think this is a bigger game for the Braves than it is the Mets, and just the way the line's moving, I think the sharp money is going to come in on Atlanta for sure. So I like Atlanta minus essentially a pick 'em.
Yeah, and the line's moving your way, and I'll tell you, everyone in the chat liking the Braves as well. We've got Ron Crawford going Braves, Arthur Mead Braves team total over, Julian's going Mets full game, and Jedi for Life saying Bassett barely got away from the Cardinals. He's going to get shelled here today. So
I think this is my favorite bet, honestly.
I think I'm going to take the over here. There's another play I did not expect to add here. I had it written down with a question mark, but I didn't kind of expect to take it. It's at 6.5 at minus 120 here. I think if the Braves are going to win here, I think it'll be a higher scoring affair. I don't think the Braves wanted to get to a low scoring battle against this Mets squad that's solid. And you're right about Sunday Night Baseball. They use the bullpens and such. So give me the over 6.5 here, minus 120. Unfortunately, a little juicy, but
great point.
We got a ride. I'm excited for this one here. This next game, this is the game that I was going to add a play on here. I'm going to take Houston's first 5 team total over 2.5 here, minus 105. I actually was supposed to get it even money, and then instead of betting it, I started writing it down, and then I look over and it's at minus 105. So a little frustrating there, but Jose Altuve back in the lineup for the Astros here, and Jose Altuve, once Miguel Cabrera retires, is going to take the mantle. Well, actually Ronald Acuna, but he's going to take the mantle of the heralded Venezuelan, and I'm going to have to find a way to like him, unfortunately. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. He's back in the lineup. I think they pitch well, or I think they do well, this Astros lineup, and Marco Gonzalez on the other side is a beast of the bad proportion. He is going to get shelled here, I think. 1 inning, or sorry to say 0.1 inning, a third of an inning pitched last time out. He's coming off a wrist injury. I don't like Marco. I don't believe in Marco. I want to take the Astros first 5, but this is another instance where Jake Odorizzi scares me here. He's coming off a fantastic start at Houston, but I don't think he'll be able to do that again. So I think it's a high-scoring game, and I'll take the Astros first 5, team total over 2.5. So just 3 runs. That's all we need, Astros. 3 runs here. Get Altuve in early, and it'll be a fun time for us. Minus 105 was for me. What about you, Pavi?
Yeah, I'm not going to touch this game. I would lean Astros as well. I'd lean for the first 5 and full game, but Altuve coming back, I know, like, obviously he's Altuve, but anytime a star comes back, I just tend to stay away. It's just something I don't necessarily I think the herd jumps all over that team, and once the herd's a part of it, I don't want anything to do with it. So I would take Houston, but I'd lay off for sure. I think they might light up what's his name, Gonzalez, but Odorizzi might get touched up as well. So for me, it's a play off. But if I had a lean, I'd take the Astros.
And by the way, everyone's saying here exactly what I'm thinking about Jose Altuve. All these things are accurate. I can't say they're not accurate. I have to find it in my heart to find a way to like him. He's
as a man who's 5'6", though, I do have a little sympathy for Altuve. I definitely cheer for people who are at 5'6" and shorter. As a short man, that's what you do. You root for other short people.
I agree,
but I don't like him.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. And as someone that is 5'8" and 5'9" on good days, I'm right there with you.
On a good day. What do you stretch out on an inversion table? What do you hang upside down for 8 minutes and then?
It's usually like, when I'm having a bad day, I'm slunched over like Quasimodo. And then when I'm having a good day, maybe there's a little pep in my step. Maybe I'm standing up straight. You
got those vertebrae all stretched out, and you hop into the say hey plays with a little bit more gusto, huh?
Yeah, when I'm going 8-1, that's what the days that I try to come in.
You gain an inch when you go 8-1, huh?
Yeah, 5'9" energy. 5'9" energy. I'm trying to project here. Everyone has BDE. I've got 5'9" energy. That's what I'm shooting for. Last game on the docket here before I talked to Pavi about my extra special thing that he has no idea about. The Tampa Bay Rays versus the Oakland A's. And this is the only bet I made last night. I guess the bet I feel the best about with my guy Drew Rasmussen on the mound, Rasputin on the mound here. I took the Rays first 5 -1/2 at -105. Dalton Jeffries has looked pretty, okay for the Oakland A's. He's 1-3 this year with a 3.26. Last time out at San Francisco, he had his pretty rough start. 4 hits, 5 earned runs. Versus Baltimore the time before that, he went 6, 3 hits, 1 run, not even earned, 5 Ks. And then at the Toronto Blue Jays, a very impressive start for him. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned run, 2 Ks, 1 walk. Right now, the Rays are 8th against right-handed pitching at 112 weighted runs created plus, so 12% above average there, while the Oakland A's are a measly 18th, 95, 5% below average against righties. So I believe in the Rays here. I think they take care of business. The Rays are one of those teams that they're not a Boston Red Sox. They fucking let the Baltimore Orioles take 2 of 3 from them. They take care of their business and do what they need to do. So Rays first 5 -1/2 for me here, Pavi. What about you?
I like the Rays too in this one. They struggled against the Twins offensively, but they're such a poised veteran team that I don't see them having too many issues with Oakland. Oakland's not great. They lost 2 or 3 against the Guardians. I know because I was on them both games. And maybe a bit of this play is because they screwed me over the weekend twice. But yeah, I think the Rays bounce back here, and I would take them on the run line again. You got that top of the ninth insurance. I think they handle the A's pretty comfortably here. What is it -1.5? I know it's -157, but
let's double check here. They've got the lines for tomorrow, so that fucks me up. -1.5. She got a +110, so that's nice.
Maybe it's a little too low to take them. I'd rather 1.5 +110 than lay the -157. But the only problem with the run lines this year is just the low scoring. It's those low. It's been the problem because usually I have no problem taking a team -1.5 and so I don't have to lay that juice. But this year it's been a bit of a struggle with runs getting put on the board. But I do like the Rays in this one. I think they're gonna, they did struggle, but Oakland's not a good team. So give me the Rays -1.5.
I'll tell you, I thought, when I traditionally think of run lines, I think of the run lines like I bet last night where the Mets scored 10 and you're like, we're good. But sometimes they're like, I cast this year on the Yankees run line once and it was like 3-1. And I was like, God, this is just the sweatiest, stupidest bet ever. Like, this is so dumb. And it cashed. And I was like, this is how it's going to be. It's just going to be low scoring games. You hope you get a late run here or there and if you figure it out. But, run lines are fun times. Pavi, we've already finished the card. We've already done it, Pavi. Those are all the
We're efficient. We're efficient men.
That is what Helga tells me. That is what Helga, my girlfriend, tells me, and I appreciate her compliments every day. Now, Pavi.
Here we go. This is what I came for, baby. This is why I was invited. The juice, the good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We will recap our picks here in a second. But Pavi, I don't know if people know you, Pavi. I don't know.
No one knows me.
You do a little stand-up comedian, huh? You do making people laugh. You do tell jokes, huh?
Sometimes people laugh.
Okay, so that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm glad you got into that. So I'm in a fantasy football league, and we are considering last place punishments. And one of those last place punishments is for the loser to do a stand-up comedy set at an open mic house. You know, and I thought, yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. That's tough. Yes. And I've never come in last. Obviously, we haven't done this officially yet, but I've thought, what would I do if I had to do a stand-up comedy set? And this thought has been in my mind for, I think now 3 or 4 months. It's been 3 or 4 months of just like thinking about this in the back of my head. And I just wanted to let you know, Pavi, that I have officially figured out what my opener would be. That was my first hurdle. I was like, all right, I can talk in front of people, but what the fuck am I going to say? How am I going to start this shit? So I figured out my opener.
Oh, your opening joke, huh?
Yes. And I wanted to tell you, and I wanted to explain it to you, and I wanted you to give me some, tips, perhaps, or some tips for some comedians out there, whatever. And I'm sure this will be fun. It'll be fun. So I'll start off on a high note and be like, hello, everyone. My name's Jose. Nice to see you guys. I'll tell everyone, my grandma died this past year. And everyone will be like, oh. And I'll be like, oh, okay, it's okay. But I'm in a small family, and I have 2 other siblings. They're both older than me, and they chose this slap dick right here to speak at the funeral. So I was like, okay, well, sure, I can give a little speech. Why not? I knew her statistically the least amount of time than all of you guys, but I will for sure give the speech. So I thought about the speech for a good while, flew on a plane to Virginia, and I was like, well, obviously I'm not doing a serious speech. That's not what we're doing here. I'm going to try to make people laugh at the very least. So I get up there, and the thing that I think about with my grandma now when I think about her is I think about my penis, Pavi. I think about my penis, and this is why. Whenever I go to the bathroom, when I went to the bathroom back in the day, my grandma was watching me. Sometime when you put your dick out, you pull the fucking fly out, and you pull it up and you get your dick caught sometimes. That happens as a young man. It happens to all of us. This happened to you, right, Pavi?
No.
Okay, so whatever. It's happened to me before. So my grandma, when I was a young bear, had to sometimes, help me out, had to get the dick unstuck. So I proceeded to tell a crowded room full of my family members and everyone watching that I only remember my grandma now when I look at my fly and look at my penis, and I actively think I cannot get my dick caught in the fly because my grandma is not here to help me get it out anymore. So that is what I would open up with, something along those lines, Pavi. And I wanted to know your thoughts and any tips you have for a young comedian,
Don't do that.
Okay.
Tip 1. Don't do that one. Don't do something quick so they like you in the first. You have 30 to 45 seconds for them to like you.
All right.
It was too long, and then no one likes to talk or hear about how their grandmother saw their cock. It's
Okay.
It's very bizarre. And who are you? Are you Ben Stiller and Something About Mary? How do you get your dick stuck in your? Why do you have a zipper as a child?
Well, I can distinctly remember one time. It was like I was in a onesie. It's like you're wearing a romper. You just take it all off and you put it up, and sometimes you forget it's there, I guess, and you just went whoop. So,
maybe you should just talk about how that's happened in your life. Maybe not bring your grandmother into the whole zip of the cock thing. Okay. Maybe just because for me, that's never happened to me. Maybe that's more intriguing that you're getting consistently your penis caught in your zipper. Very bizarre.
Well, I mean, now that she's gone, I've learned. Like, I guess I gotta fucking fuck around and look down when I'm zipping, huh?
I mean, you're phenomenal at baseball picks, but you can't avoid your schlong from your zipper. What's going on with you? I would not open with that. Please don't open that. Please don't finish in last place. And if you do finish in last place and you are going to open with that, I'll come and I'll watch and I'll support you. But I don't know what that support entails because it won't be laughter. Not with that story.
Okay. Well, see, I'm glad that I could have you on in workshop. That's why I asked. I have to workshop these things. And imagine if I would have done that on my first time out there. I would have lost the crowd immediately. That's why I've got you here, Pavy.
Thank you.
I'm very glad that I could work that off of you. And I'm going to recap my picks here, Pavy. You can give out any picks you would like to, and we'll get out of here. I'm glad. Now I'm feeling better about myself. I'm going back to the drawing board. I have written down here, actually, stand up, grandma dying fly, and then next milk bag body. It's just where I just make fun of myself for the next 5 minutes. Just everyone gets a good, see, there you go.
Maybe start with the milk bag body. You know, if you came to Canada, we have milk in bags. That might be even better regionally. That would be, so maybe your first set should be in Toronto. That would be it. People would get it.
Okay. I know you might know Sonny as well. I know Sonny Dollywall. That's my second comedian friend as well now. So I think I will ask him if he thinks I will do better in Toronto, you know, maybe we'll like that. And my if I did take off my shirt, my tummy and idle area, that does look like a warm brown bag of milk. So I would agree with that. So
we would understand that. We would definitely understand that.
Good. Okay. I'm glad I'm putting all these pieces together of my stand-up set that's slowly coming together. I'm glad. You do this for a living. I do this as my free thinking for the last 7 months, and I've gotten nowhere. So I respect your hustle there, Pavy. I respect your hustle. Official plays for me today. I've got the Tampa Bay Rays first 5 -0.5 at -105. The Atlanta New York Mets over 6.5 at -120. Houston first 5 over 2.5, and that is the first 5 team total over 2.5 at -105. And Pavy, don't say I'm not Canadian because I'm taking the fucking Blue Jays today. Money line, even money. And maybe I'll root on for the Maple Leafs tonight. I'll cheer them on. And I would really like to see them get out of the first round. How about that?
Everybody would, man. Everybody would.
Would we?
Everybody in Canada would, or Toronto would. That's for sure. I mean, they need it, bro. They need it.
I would like to see that. Pavy, any plays officially for you here today?
I honestly only like the Braves, and I'll take the Jays with you because how many times are you gonna get the Jays plus money at home?
Yeah, that's what
I feel it's not gonna be too. It's gonna be a little rare this season. I know Strickland's going, but they could smack up Montgomery, and that pen's been good. Our pen has been money in the bank, so he gets you 4 or 5. I have confidence in the pen, but I do like the Braves a lot. You know, that's my thing. I sort of like the Mavs tonight, buddy. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if you're a basketball guy, but I think that's a lot of points.
I'll tell you right now, Pavy, we've only had one Venezuelan basketball player. Shout out to Grievous Vasquez.
Grievous. He played on the Raptors.
Yep. Toronto Raptors.
I love that guy. He's tough kid.
Love Grievous. Well, he's Venezuelan. That's why. Allegedly a dickhead, according to my sister, who allegedly.
That's not good to hear.
Allegedly is attractive and has met athletes before, so she knows the inside scoops when it comes to this stuff. But shout out to Grievous. And him being the only basketball player from Venezuela has led me not to care about basketball as much, unfortunately. But the Celtics are good.
Celtics are all right.
Celtics are good. All right, Pavy. Well, I thank you so much for coming on and joining me. I hope that you join me again this time, sometime soon this season. And I think the next time you come on, maybe I'll have another part of my stand-up routine developed, and I can sign it off to you, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Yeah, hopefully next time I come on, you got a set in, and you let me know how it went.
I don't know if it would be a whole set. Maybe let's build up to that. In my head, I'm thinking Pavy and we work through these jokes. Maybe by the end of the year, I have the balls to go through an open mic, and it becomes like a whole journey. We crescendo to the end of the season, and we make it. I'll open for Pavy one day.
Okay.
And then I think the crowd will be super hot for you, and then I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, buddy. Well, thanks so much for having me, and good luck tonight. I hope we cash.
Yes, Pavi, where can the people find you? Please plug your things. I'd love for the people to go watch you.
I'm on Instagram. I'm Mr. Alex Pavone, Pavone, and then I got a podcast called Dear Buddies, which is on Instagram and all that stuff. So follow that, and that's it, man. That's all she wrote.
Awesome. Yes, I am a Dear Buddy listener, so go watch. It's a great time. Shout out to the other two guys on the shows who I don't know their names, but shout out to them. They're very funny. The fat one
Not
and the skinny
important.
one.
Yeah,
see, that's how you got to remind it. The fat one and the skinny one. I appreciate them. Well, you're right. Tell them I said hello, and tell them that I said that they are the fat one and the skinny one. Thanks, guys, for watching. And then next time you guys see us, don't forget to say hey. See you guys then.